Okay, good morning to everyone. Um the yesterday's class, we were discussing about some of the empirical formulas. This we already discussed. We'll just revise it once. Which are those? First one is the Church's formula. That is V is equal to C root RS. Um, where V is the velocity of flow uh, in meter per second. R is the hydraulic mean depth. Um, it can be calculated with the formula called uh, R is equal to A by P, where A is your wetted area and P is your wetted perimeter. And the S, it can be calculated as the slope of the receiver. I already discussed we have two slopes will come into picture. That is the first one is the bed slope, second one is the side slope. Always the bed slope, what we are talking about, bed slope and the side slope. See, bed slope always it will be 1 in 100, 1 in 1000, and 1 in 10,000. Slide slope always it is be 1 is to 2, 1 is to 3. So like that, it will be there. So be careful when you are, see sometimes in most of the competitive examinations, he will not mention what kind of slope it is, but he will give you the direct values like 1 is to 2, 1 is to 3, so 1 is to 100, so 1 is to 1000 or something like that he will give. So you have to assume it as what kind of slope it is. Then C, that is the Church's constant. Of course, it is based on the type of the pipe materials. Then this can be calculated with a formula called C is equal to 23 plus 0.00155 divided by S plus 1 divided by N. And the same it will repeat in the denominator, that is I already highlighted here. And here the N is the coefficient of roughness, or it is the rugosity factor. Now, how exactly the value of N can be assumed if the values are not given? Normally for brick sievers, you can see that it is 0.015. And for the rough channels, if it is too rough, inside surface, if it is too rough, then you can see that the value is little bit more. You can see that it is, the values are like this. Okay. 0.015 it is for the smooth channels, and for the rough channels it is 0.03. So that already Manning's formula, that is V is equal to 1 by N R to the power 2 by 3 S to the power half. And the R value is same as the what we are discussed in the Church's constant. And Krim's and Berg's formula, that is V is equal to 83.33 R to the power 2 by 3 S to the power half, where V and RS are the same meaning. The velocity, that is R is the hydraulic mean depth, S is the um, bed slope, and Normally, if the n value is not given, so what you can do is that you can assume the n value as 0.012. So then Bayesian's formula, there is V is equal to 157.6 root of RS divided by 1.81. This is what the K divided by square root of R. And the K is the Bayesian's constant, and it is assumed that uh, uh, 0.17 for the rough channels and 0.011 for very smooth surfaces. Normally these all values will be given. Sometimes if they don't give, you have to assume it. So whatever the formula we have discussed, they are used to calculate velocity in the sieverts when it is, first one is completely full. Suppose assume that if it is the circular siever will be there, assume that it is flowing full. Assume that it is flowing full. So then it is very easy to calculate the hydraulic mean depth. The main important thing is to calculate the hydraulic mean depth. Then how exactly it can be calculated? It can be calculated with the formula called R is equal to A by T. Then normally A can be calculated using the formula called phi d square by 4. Then the perimeter can be calculated with the called the phi d. It is very easy. Suppose if in this diagram you can see that it is filled with this area, this much area. This is the line what we can see that. Suppose if it is partially full or it is partially flowing in the channel. Then how to calculate this R values and the area? Very important thing is that it is not completely full. Means you are not supposed to consider this phi d square by 4. Suppose if it is flowing full, then it may not be any problem. So this we can call it as the partially full. Partially full. So then how exactly it can be calculated? Now listen here. Whatever the D they have given, this is the diameter, and it is whatever the partial flow, this area it is making an angle of alpha. You can see here it is making an angle of alpha with the center. Then it is well established. Some of the formulas already they have arrived. Maybe one or two formulas you have already derived in your hydraulic machines. One or two problems you might have solved based on the partial flow conditions. The similar formulas are there, so we'll go with that. How exactly it can be calculated. Now one more formula is there, that is the Hazen's Williams formula that we have not discussed. This is also 0.85 CR to the power 0.6 S to the power 0.54. Then the value of this C in Hazen's Williams formula, we can call it as 110, 130, 140. Very smooth surfaces, you can say that, for example, PVC pipe. Suppose if you are using the PVC pipe, PVC for your drainages, drainage pipes, then normally it is assumed as 140. Suppose if it is like cast iron or whether it is we are using cement pipes, then you can use this. So as the smooth surface is go on increasing, your C value is also go on increasing. You can see that there will be a increase in the C value as the smooth surface go on increasing. So normally we'll assume for PVC pipes it is 140. Remember that. Sometimes in most of the examinations in central examinations, this problem will be 90% it will be there using the Hazen-Williams formula or the Church's formula. In that cases, he will mention the PVC pipe. Then what you have to do is that you have to assume the suitable value. So then we were discussing about the partial flow. So then normally the D, whatever in this formula, this is what the D. So whatever this depth, you can call it as, it is small d. And the whole this, it will be there. It is capital D. So means it is a small d, you can consider it is the depth of flow. It is depth of flow. And capital D, you can take it as it is diameter of the pipe. So now in this, whatever the depth, that is small d, it is nothing but depth of flow, and capital D is diameter of the pipe. Then alpha is the angle. So now the D can be calculated with the above formula. Then normally the proportionate depth, this proportionate depth, we can call it as the D by capital D is called as proportionate depth. So then if you want to calculate the proportionate depth, you can use this formula, where 1 by 2, 1 minus cos alpha by 2. Remember, maybe when we are solving the problem, we'll come to know how alpha can be substituted, alpha value can be substituted, whether it is in degrees or whether it is in many students will go wrong here, whether it is substituted in degrees or whether it is in radians. Whenever we are solving the problems, we will do this. Then, if you want to calculate the proportional area, that is small a divided by capital A, then it can be calculated with the formula called alpha by 360 minus sin alpha by 2 pi. The formula. So this is the A, small a stands for, it is with respect to small d. Capital A, it is with respect to capital D. We already know that small d is, it is with respect to the wetted diameter. It is complete diameter. Then proportional perimeter. The next one is the proportional perimeter. That is small p divided by capital P. It can be given by 360. Then a proportional hydraulic mean depth. That is this one, where small r by capital R. This is given by this formula, 1 minus 360 sin alpha divided by 2 pi alpha. Then proportional velocity. So whatever the velocity with respect to the flow, that is depth of flow versus the diameter of the flow, then it can be calculated with this equation, where capital N is the Manning's constant and the small n is same meaning as the rugosity coefficient. This is very important, capital N and the small n. 2n are here. This one is Manning's, this one is the roughness coefficient. So with this definition, we'll try to solve one problem. So the problem is we require the Seal's equation to calculate the velocity. Then we have to use the above formula. We'll just go back there and we'll see that formula. So this is what the formula we have to use to calculate the self-cleansing velocity. So in this you can see that V is equal to square root of 8k divided by small f bracket ss minus s divided by s g d, where V is the velocity, that is self-cleansing velocity, and the k, that is characteristics of the solid particles. I already said that it is for if it is organic, so you have to use 0.06. If it is inorganic, you can use it as 0.04. Inorganic in the sense, you can say best example is sand. Organic means you can say where the major percentage is carbon. So if that is the case, for example, wood particles will be there, then you can use it as, because it is purely made up of the carbon materials. Then the specific gravity of the particles. Then if it is inorganic, example, you already know that for sand the specific gravity is 2.6. Sometimes you won't give any value. Then you have to assume if the sand is given, you assume it as 2.4 to 2.6. Any value you can assume it. If it is organic, assume this value. Then HF, then F, whatever the coefficient of friction we are talking about, this F, it can be calculated with the formula called HF is equal to 4FLV square by 2GD. That is Darcy's equation we already studied. Based on the Darcy's law, we have arrived this. Then G is the acceleration due to gravity, and D is the diameter of the particles. Remember, in this, it is nothing but there he has given it is small d, very important. In the above equation, he has mentioned the small g, and below it is mentioned it as capital D. So that you have to take it as small d only. Okay, with this definition, we'll go ahead with this problem. Just will give you the hint. Try to solve this in your houses. Maybe we'll solve it in the next class. But anyhow, I'll give you the hint how exactly you have to solve it. It is a little bit typical problem. Okay, first one, the main sewer has to be designed for an area of 50 square kilometers. So in this, I'll give you all the details. So he has given first one, the area. It is nothing but the area. Here he has given 50 kilometer square. So better you convert this into meter square, or you can convert it into hectares, whatever the feasible way you can convert it. For example, 1 hectare is equal to 100 into 100 meter square. So if this value, or you can convert 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. With that definition also you can do this. So now total main sewer has to be designed for this one 50 square kilometers. Then he has given the density of the population. Here very important, he has given the density of the population 200 persons per hectare. Means it is better to convert it into whatever the area is there, convert it into hectares only. Then it is very easy to calculate it. Okay. So they have to give, then this is the peak demand, whatever the rate of demand LPCD, what we will talk about. He has given 250 LPCD, liters per capita per day. Then the peak discharge is 1.5 times the average flow. Then whatever the peak discharge is there, that is equal to 1.5 times the multiplied by average flow. Then rainfall equivalent of 8 mm per in hours. Then whatever the intensity I we are talking about, then it is 8 mm in 24 hours. Remember how exactly you have to use it for your rational method empirical formulas. Then he said that it is all of which are runoff only. He is saying that everything is coming out as the runoff. Then what he has asked is that what should be the capacity of the sewer in meter cube per second. So then first what you have to do is that you have to calculate the sewage flow. To calculate the sewage flow. This is nothing but it is the sewage flow. Sewage flow. So once you then calculate stormwater flow. Then if you take it as Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2, where Q1 you can take it as sewage flow, then Q2 is your stormwater flow. Here you have to calculate both, then you have to add it. Then after that, once you calculate it, find the minimum velocity and gradient required to transport the sewage containing the coarse sand. He has given, in this he has given the coarse sand of 1 mm diameter through a sewer of this is the diameter of the sewer and this is the diameter of the particle, very important. And the specific gravity he has given 2.65, of course it is the sand. K value is 0.06, then F value is 0.03. Then once you calculate that, this is first one is A, he has asked to calculate what will be the flow in sewers, because why you have to calculate the stormwater means he said that all of which are as a runoff only. Whatever it is there, it is runoff only. Then whatever the runoff is going to do it, it will be coming out as sewer only. The one is sewage flow and one more is stormwater. Then it will be the total flow. You have to calculate it. Once you calculate, the second one is to calculate the V. Then we have to use the Shields equation. We have to use Shields equation to calculate the velocity. Okay, try to work out in your houses this problem. Let's see in the next class. Have any doubt you can ask.